Okay, I didn't mean to stay this long.
I'm glad you did.
You know, as much as I do like having Spinelli around, it's really, really nice having you to myself.
Perhaps we should allow Stone Cold his privacy?
Are you serious? Jason's probably smoothing cement over someone as we speak.
Unless he's upstairs in slumber, in which case our activity might be a bit intrusive, don't you think?
Take it from me, sometimes you just need to put yourself first. And besides, we're planning our wedding. We need space to spread things out. My apartment's too small.
It appears Maxie has shed her inhibitions regarding our upcoming nuptials.
Well, I almost lost you, Spinelli, and if Johnny hadn't been in that warehouse, I would be trying to figure out how to spend the rest of my life without you. Instead, we get to plan our wedding, which makes me the happiest bride on the face of the planet. Okay.
Gratitude to all for attending our meeting on such short notice. The Jacko and his bride are thrilled that you're going to be part of this process.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we would all love to help plan the wedding, but shouldn't we pick a place first?
Well, so far the search for an appropriate venue has proved fruitless.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision. Figuring out where to get married makes it all very real.
Well, Maxie and I fervently desire our nuptials to be real, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, and Robin is right. The place is key. We just haven't been able to decide on anything yet. One thing we do know for sure is we want Christina and Molly each to do a reading.
Yes, Christina Shakespeare and Molly Elizabeth Barrett Browning, respectively, of course. And yet the poets will flesh out our...
Sorry to get all practical here, but I'm with Robin. It won't matter what Molly and I practice reading if you guys don't know where you're holding the ceremony.
Okay, how about we all try to think of one beautiful place that maybe Spinelli and Maxie haven't considered yet.
Go back upstairs.
Greetings. Spinelli.
And lots of other people.
Sam, I don't think Spinelli would have asked us to come over if he knew that you and Jason are upstairs making passionate love.
I need to see...
Molly, what Jason and I were doing upstairs is private.
Well, I know, but Jason didn't have a shirt on, and you're in the same clothes that you wore yesterday.
Sam just said it was private.
Well, I'm sorry. I happen to think it's really romantic. I mean, Jason and Sam were once torn apart by cruel circumstances, and now they're back together.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to ask everyone to leave, please.
Well, that's just rude.
Okay, if I could entreat my bride.
I mean, Spinelli lives here, too. He has every right to invite as many people over as he wants to help plan the most important day of our lives.
That's okay, Jason. We're just leaving.
Were we?
Yes, we have patients at the hospital.
No, we don't. We were...
Yes, we do. Just, sorry. Ignore him.
Okay,
I do.
okay.
Well, we shall alert you as soon as we find a place to hold the ceremony.
Okay, we should go
Thanks.
too. We've got to practice our poetry readings just in case they actually find a place to hold the wedding.
Okay, but first, I need to speak to Jason. Privately.
I've just gotta figure some stuff out.
Well, don't beat yourself up, Michael.
Not a cheat.
Thanks to Jason.
It is Stone Cold's house, and we failed to notify him of our assemblage.
You know what Jason's problem is, amongst other things? He is completely incapable of putting himself in anyone else's shoes. I should have told him that. Right after I told him that we weren't going to leave.
I've been specifically instructed to request permission before inviting guests over in the future.
But Jason's your best man. He's supposed to be thrilled for you, giving ideas, helping us plan the wedding.
I don't think wedding preparation is Stone Cold's forte.
Whatever. I hope Molly really embarrasses him while they're having their talk.
Do not wish Stone Cold any discomfort, but you know, in observing wise Molly, I did find myself hoping that you and I have such a discernible daughter of our own in the not-so-distant future.
Sit down. Look, I know that Sam spent the night, and that means...
Okay, that's between me and your sister.
You're right. But sisters are supposed to look out for each other. And there are three of us. Sam, Christina, and me. It's just like Anne, Charlotte, and Emily Bronte. Well, except we're not writers. Now, I know that Sam is brave and tough, and she went all over the world in her boat. But you broke her heart.
That's also between me and your sister.
Actually, it's not. Sam is a wonderful person.
Yeah, I know she is.
Then you know it's important to treat her with chivalry and honor.
What?
Jason, you have to promise you respect Sam. I mean, you can't just bail the first time there's a problem. That's not how the hero treats his true love. And you do love Sam, right?
I care about Sam. And I do respect her.
So you promise you won't hurt her?
I mean, Sam and I, we made mistakes, but we forgave each other.
And?
And it's between me and her.
I'm not finished with you yet. Would you say that your love with Sam is doomed, tragic, or fated?
What?
Love stories have all kinds of heroes. And I think you're probably the tragic kind. Like Tristan or Lancelot. Skilled at arms and defense, but not really destined for happiness.
You know what? I haven't really given that
Usually what happens to the tragic hero is that the maiden he loves winds up dead. Or he does. But either way, I don't want that for Sam.
Neither do I. I'll be careful.
Really careful. Adventure's cool, but dying isn't. Sam deserves a happy ending. And I guess you do too. So, now
Can I go back upstairs?
I guess. Thank you for your time.
What? You're coming with me, Emily. Let's go.
I wish there was something I could do.
Oh, you mean well, but it is not cool to butt into our private lives.
But it's cool to eavesdrop?
Come on. You know what I mean. I'm just saying that, what's going on between me and Jason is between he and I. I don't need you to tell him how to treat me.
Why not?
It's embarrassing.
Sam, I only talk to Jason because I want you to be happy.
Well, I appreciate that, Molly.
I guess maybe I was trying too hard to help. Kind of like Jane Austen's Emma. But your heart was broken when you and Jason split up, and now you're back together, and I don't want Jason to wreck it.
He won't.
Oh, but he did before.
No, I'm not really. Well, we both made mistakes.
It's just like Romeo and Juliet. Their love was ruined by misunderstandings.
Okay. Listen, Molly, you can't compare what Jason and I have to some story in one of your books because it's just a little bit more complicated than that.
But so was Romeo and Juliet. I mean, that play was one of Shakespeare's tragedies, Sam.
I appreciate you trying to make things better, but you can't. Jason and I, we are going to have to figure this one out for ourselves.
No, I want a full report on the Jakarta attack. Yes, sure, okay?
With all due respect, would Stone Cold please suspend his business tete-a-tete and focus on the looming marital event?
Bernie, just put a rush on that right now. Thanks. Okay, now, first of all, what happened this morning does not happen again. You can have people over, but ask me first. There were 100 people in here.
Okay, the jacket was duly chastened. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure Maxie put you...
No, I take full responsibility.
Okay. I gotta go.
No. With the wedding day so precipitously close, I cannot budge until my mentor and best man offers some much-needed moral support.
It was Mayor Floyd's philandering that caused this mess. He is not